Hello, everybody. Welcome along to our second day here on the channel of FA Cup content. Well, really, if you think about it, it's our third day because we did our shock previews on Thursday. Watch along yesterday where we got a cup shock with Sheffield Wednesday beating Newcastle. Another one this afternoon. We've got Cardiff versus Leeds, which is going to kick off in about 15 minutes. And then we will be covering the draw as well for the fourth round, which will be at 4 p.m. We'll do that on a separate stream. So you'll have to jump from this one to that one when we're all finished here. Let me know how you're doing this fine afternoon, how your weekend watching the FA Cup has gone. And let me know, as ever, your predictions and your pre-game prognostications in the chat. Now, we are in a similar situation as we were yesterday, where there are plenty of games actually going on at the same time around this one. So, in the FA Cup this afternoon, two games already kicked off and into the second halves. They were obviously 12:30 kickoffs. So they were, they'd be 12:30 kickoffs, weren't they? Bristol City 0, Swansea 1. As things stand, I think Joel Pirro is the goal scorer there. That's an all-championship clash. All League One clash. I think they're both in the top six in League One as well. Derby and Barnsley. Derby lead 1-0. James Collins. We have Cardiff Leeds, which we're covering. Hartlepool versus Stoke was also on my top 10 potential upsets. So have a look out for that one. Hartlepool aren't good. Stoke aren't in good form at the moment, but you never know. Probably going to be cold up there in the northeast today, and maybe it'll be difficult for Stoke. We will find out. Norwich versus Blackburn will be a first game for David Wagner as Norwich City boss. Stockport versus Walsall is an all League Two clash. I think they played either just before New Year or the last game. I think it was just before New Year. I think Walsall beat Stockport, did they? I can't quite remember. Someone will correct me in the chat. And then we've got two at 4:30, although we'll be all done before then. That'll be after the draw. We've got Villa and Stevenage. Potential there with Stevenage flying high at the top of League Two to do something. And then two of the big guns, and one of the previous winners of recent years is going to be going out in Manchester City versus Chelsea. We'll look at the teams in just a sec. Let's say some hellos. I'm at the game, that Cardiff fan. Enjoy it. Ewan's gone 2-1 Cardiff. Come on, Leeds. How am I doing? I'm very, very good. We have a lovely walk this morning with Shaylee and Enid and some poached egg on toast at the cafe. Very, very nice too. Nat, welcome. Standing ovation for Nat after Sheffield Wednesday's win yesterday. Tom, welcome. Expecting a friendly atmosphere at this one. Yeah, there is a bit of needle between these two fan bases, isn't there, Cardiff and Leeds? Score predictions, mine will be coming as ever. Leeds to win comfortably. Gnonto to notch a goal. Joe, welcome to you, sir, in the chat. Let's have a look at the two teams and we'll get your thoughts as we go. As ever, predictions are welcome. Also, let me know who you're looking forward to seeing play. And these are the players who you are going to be seeing play today. So for Cardiff, in goal is Jack Anick. The fullbacks, Joel Bagan at left back and Tom Sang at right back. Centre halves, Curtis Nelson, who was linked with Derby, I think, although they're still under embargo, aren't they? Jack Simpson, left centre-back. This is all according to FootMob, so any changes of shape will be across as the game starts, of course. Romain Sawyers has been promoted out of the Championship before. In fact, the same season that Leeds went up with West Brom, wasn't it? He is one of the double pivot, partnered with the former Reading man there, Andy Rinomota. Three off the front then, Mark Harris, front left. Jaden Philogene Bidas, front right. He is on loan from Aston Villa. Sheyi Ojo is in the 10. We think, again, you could probably play any of those three off the front in any of the positions. So we'll see indeed how they do line up when the game kicks off. Isaac Davies is up top for Cardiff. On the bench, O'Dowda, Wigley, Tanner, Rules, Wintle and Co. and G, Benjamin and Allsop. See if we can get any comments on any of that stuff. What do we got? Good morning. Let's see a replay. A nice 2-2. Still recovering from last night. Get your predictions and let me know who you are looking forward to seeing in this game. Or if you're watching any of the others by whatever means you've got. I know we find ways. Not necessarily on I follow some of these games. For Leeds in goal, Joel Rubels. Interesting. 7 changes for Leeds, by the way. So maybe some unfamiliar names to you and I. Smarten me up if you're a Leeds fan, though. Junior Firpo, we know, at left back. Rasmus Christensen at right back. Pascal Strauch at centre back. I think he's recently signed a new contract. So has Diego Llorente. One of those decisions was met with more enthusiasm than the other. We'll say no more there. In midfield, Darko Garbi, 18 years old. How about that with Sam Greenwood, we think, as the pair of central midfields. Crescencio Somerville down the left. Brendan Aronson down the right. Up top, Joe Gerlhardt, the youngster, and Wilfried Gnonto, who we've had fun and games with a certain chant about him in the last few days on social media. I'll say no more. Harrison on the bench for Leeds. Fernandez, Rocker, Rodrigo, Perkins, Drummer, Ayling, Verber, the new signing there on the bench. I don't believe we have seen him. He's in from Red Bull Salzburg there. It's been a familiar kind of path for the sort of transfer recruitment strategy under Jesse Marsch for Leeds. Klassen as well. Doesn't look like Cardiff are able to name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it doesn't look like Cardiff are able to name a full complement of 9 on the bench. Let's have a look at some comments. What do we got here? James, Liverpool Wolves, prime example. Yeah, there was an interesting, we'll just call it interesting and move on. That offside call at the end of Liverpool Wolves. Going for a scrappy 0-2 Leeds. Man United fan, I'm expecting to face the winner of this game, Sammy. Oh no, not Firpo. Well, we wish him the best today. The Leeds left back, not necessarily worked out for him. Been a problem position for Leeds for a fair while. Welcome, Helen. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that. Nisaj Vaishnav. Oof. Thoughts on Rutter to Leeds? You'll have to smarten me up there. Not familiar with the story. Derby 2-0, is it? Thank you, James. Tom Barkhazen, who scored twice, didn't he, in that big win? Who did Derby beat 5-0 very, very recently? I can't quite remember. Was it Accrington? Who was it? Yeah, 4-0 even. Yeah, he scored twice in that game, Barkhausen. So he's in good form. 3 goals in 2 games. Johnny, welcome. Excited to see you. Burnley get for the FA Cup. So, Johnny, stay with us. We're going to switch to a separate stream at 4 o'clock to look at the draw. Nat says 2-1 Leeds. Ewan, who is the ref? Who we got today? Oh, referee Jared Gillett, who we like, the Aussie. He's been good before. Badger, interesting. Leeds side. It's Leeds in the 3rd round. Get your house on Cardiff. Well, I would say the same about Ipswich normally, but they got through yesterday. So maybe it's the year of the teams who are terrible in the 3rd round actually getting through. So, yeah, let me just flash up what's going on in the other games. We just heard from, I think it was Jack, in the chat that Derby are 2-0 up now against Barnsley. So they are hot favourites to go through. Hartlepool, Stoke and Norwich Blackburn are about to kick off. Championship teams, 3 out of 4 teams in there. And an all League 2 game between Stockport and Walsall will be happening as well at 2 o'clock. There is your Stoke team. They look like they've gone pretty strong there. Stoke not in great form heading up to Hartlepool, who we can also say not in great form down at the bottom of League Two. Norwich and Blackburn, that is David Wagner's first team, and very interesting. Look at the goalkeeper there. Tim Krul is in. I wonder whether that's a goalkeeping change there for Norwich going forward. Otherwise, Norwich go pretty much full strength. That's what they have been doing in the league. Blackburn, it's pretty strong, isn't it? Just scanning down there. Yes, that should be a decent championship-looking game. That one. Recently, Blackburn won there, didn't they? Did they win 1-0 or was it 2? I can't quite remember. Stockport and Walsall maybe don't have the riches in terms of squad to be able to be changing 6, 7, 8 players. So assume, not that my knowledge is as good on League Two matters as it is in terms of Championship matters, assume that they have both gone fairly strong. Keep your comments coming in as we build up to the kickoff in this one. It's Cardiff hosting Leeds. What I will do quickly is just show you the position for both in their respective leagues. They're both actually 2 points off the relegation zone. Cardiff, you can see they're 28 points from 26 games. So they're over the point per game, which normally means survival in the Championship. But they could do with some victories, couldn't they? Cardiff not having the best of seasons. You can say the same for Leeds, really. Obviously, they've played many fewer games in the Premier League, but Leeds are involved in that relegation picture in the same way that Cardiff are in the Championship. Okay, if you're looking at percentages up the table, Leeds are sort of further up, aren't they? Closer to halfway, but still, it looks with that 5-point gap very tight between Southampton all the way up to Leeds and Leicester on 17 points. Right, let's go to some of your comments. Do me a favour, guys. If you don't mind, just hit the like button on the stream, that thumbs up button where you're watching right now. That will help us hopefully attract as many people as possible to join the debate. Right, what have we got in the chat here? Badger, Rutter's stats are poor. Don't want him. There we go. Nico Gabi is from. Oh yes, he was, wasn't he? It felt like it was 2 separate transfers, Nick, didn't it? The way they kind of did it, but it was very much Calvin Phillips goes one way and Gabi goes the other. So yeah, looking forward to watching him. Yes, draw at 4. Billy, Cardiff 0, Leeds 1. He's expecting James. Presumably we beat Forest Green. Any Premier League, yeah. This is the point where any team that is below probably Premier League money or parachute money just wants to play the biggest team possible. As an Ipswich fan, I would quite happily go to Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs and lose 3-4-0 and take the payday and give the players and fans the experience, I would imagine. Leeds fall from grace will be going with 3rd. Yes, I've just seen pictures of that Cardiff Leeds game from many years ago. Are Sheffield United still in? Yes, they are. We could get Birmingham Villa. We could get Man United Liverpool. We can't get Liverpool Everton. They're out. We could get an Ipswich Norwich if Norwich can win later on. That will be done by the time draw happens, unless of course it's all square there, and that one goes to replay. Alistair, looking forward to this one. Yeah, let's hope for some goals. Let's be honest, the first half of Wednesday Newcastle wasn't great yesterday, but the second half was really entertaining, wasn't it? Maybe Newcastle should have scored more than the 1 goal, but they didn't, and Wednesday go through. Baggies fan, West Brom going to win the playoffs and the FA Cup. Confident. I'm sure you'll just take the playoffs, but there we go. Right, players are all looking like they are good to go here. So I'll stick Cardiff 0, Leeds 0 up one more time. Let's just quickly rattle through the teams. Anik for Cardiff, Sang, Nelson, Simpson, Bagan, Rinomota, Sawyers, Philogene, Ojo, Harris and Davis. For Leeds, Robles, Christensen, Strake, Lorente, Firpo, Somerville, Greenwood, Garby, Aronson, Gelhart and Gnonto. And we are about to get going in this one. Cardiff versus Leeds, 3rd round of the FA Cup. Is that the Leeds away end? That's ridiculous if they've taken. It looks like normally when you see away teams at Cardiff, they get that little corner, don't they? But Leeds support being what it is. If anyone knows how many fans, it looks like there's thousands of Leeds fans in that away end down there. Brilliant support as ever. Right, so we are on ITV Sport HD. I'll give you a time. Sorry, ITV1 HD. Excuse me. I'll give you a timestamp when we get up to 1 minute, and you can get synced up. I normally say if you want to listen to us instead of the commentary, like some people do, then feel free. But I've just seen it's Clive Tilsley and Ali McCoist, who are very popular. So you probably won't want to do that. They're very good, those two, aren't they? But certainly we'd love your opinions in the chat as we go. If you're watching on ITV Hub or on a smart TV, we might be slightly out of sync. So check this timestamp I'm about to give you in about 5 seconds. We're going to be at the 1 minute mark. I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1, sync. And let's get into this one now. Pascal Struijk has the ball at the back for Leeds. Firpo knocks it out to Somerville down the left. Looks like fairly wet down there in Cardiff. What did they teach me in geography? The West is wet. Down the right wing it goes for Christensen. Bagan gets a foot in. Throw in to Leeds. £6,500. That's very, very good support. Whatever you think of Leeds, that's very, very good support, isn't it? 6,500 is absolutely brilliant. Looks like a fair proportion of the attendance down there. It should make for a decent atmosphere. Somerville into the box, dribbling outwards. He's still got hold of it. Knocked back. Gubby hits the shot just wide of the post. That didn't look like he missed by much, did it? Somerville seemed to hold on to the ball for ages and ages. It was like Sang didn't want to tackle him. He kept going and going. How much has he missed by? Not by much at all. And I don't think the keeper's getting that. Pretty close call there. Simpson trying to get his body in the way to block it. Oh, that's unlucky, isn't it? Goodness me. Right, we can get Leicester Forest. No, you can't get that cheeky. No, there will be no Leicester Forest, of course. In 1926, Cardiff won the FA Cup, only non-English team to win it. Tremendous stuff. Burnley, Blackburn, possible if Burnley can get the win later on. Norwich, 6,500 fans. Brilliant stuff. Can't see either wanting to win this. They might have to come to Hillsborough, says Andy. Leeds have started really well. It's knocked into the box. Aronson, he goes down. Referee Gillett gives that a big no penalty. But Leeds started really on the front foot here. I mean, it's silly from Simpson. It's probably not a foul, but he's got hold of his shirt. He needs to be a little bit careful there. Badger, stream's not started. Oh dear. Hit pause is all I will say there. Man City later. Let's win. Chelsea fan, presumably. We'll do a roll call in a little bit there. Oxford, Reading, if that counts. Yes, very much so. Swansea, Cardiff still. No, Swansea still in. Yes, looks like they're doing it, aren't they? A up Ben, beating Cardiff must be run. Regarded as a good cup run. There we go. Right, 3:45 on the clock. Leeds pretty dominant so far. That chance from Garby and Aronson also in the box. Cardiff have barely been in the Leeds half yet. Somerville, nice feet. He's got Sang on toast there, hasn't he? Puts it to the back post. Not a great cross by Somerville. And Cardiff have got a throw. And if I were them, I'd try and kill 30 seconds, spread out, get up the pitch because they're getting a bit hemmed in at the moment. Cardiff. The Leeds staff are chattering away about something or other. Surely they must be happy, though, with the start thus far. Dave, welcome to you. They're off in Australia. There we go. Badger stream out there. In fact, shall we do a let us know where you're watching from? So I'm going to count down 5 and let me know where you're watching from, okay? Here we go. So just type in where you're watching from. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Let us know where you're watching from in the chat today. And we've got a goal. Thank you, Daryl. 1-1, he says, for Swans. Let me just have a look. Yes, and he's right. Antoine Semenyo has equalised. And I'm sure not many fans of Bristol City and Swansea are going to want that to go to a replay. Put it that way. They don't want one on the extra game, will they? Let us know where you're watching from. Guys, I'm here in Bloom Towers Central in Bedfordshire, just outside of Bedford. Oh, pass back from Stroud was a heavy one. It's gone out. And from Belly having a kick of the ball now, Cardiff have a corner. Right, where are we watching from? England, Sheffield, Stoke. In the garden, Ben, is it warm enough? UK, Cromer, Sheffield, Wakefield, Barkisland, West Yorkshire. Thank you for specifying. Leicester, Kent, the good old West Country, Lincolnshire, Royal here. Tremendous stuff, guys, watching from all over the place, normally all over the planet on these streams. Corner for Cardiff. Ojo, left-footed, swings in. Would be pretty well their first touch of the ball if they were to score here. It's gone all the way through. And things are getting wetter and wetter down there. If you were a Cardiff fan, I guess you probably want it to be as poor conditions as possible. That often plays into the underdog's hand, which you would make Cardiff being from a division lower. Where are we? Stoke, illegal alien from Sheffield. Denmark. There we go. Brisbane. We're getting further afield now. Oh, he's having a cigarette. There we go. Cardiff, get those likes up. Yes, please. Pitch looks lively. Did from that corner, didn't it? Right, Cardiff on the attack now. Leeds pressing like madmen, as they have been for about the last 4 years. Sawyers, Bagan. Not back up the line. Cardiff can't build anything. Sawyers into Simpson. Leeds very aggressive, pushing Cardiff back towards their own keeper. They played it out fairly nicely there, Cardiff, but given away by Bagan. Leeds to launch the attack now. Somerville comes off the left. And there's the clearance. Frantic stuff here. Lots of bodies sprinting about all over the place as the rain hammers down in Wales. It looks like a foul there in the central midfield spots. Greenwood is the guilty man. Greenwood on Philogene. It's going to be a free kick to Cardiff. Never a warm down Stoke. Yeah, that cliche is a cliche for a reason, isn't it? It's true. Blade here. Big switch of play there. Skids up off the turf and given back to Leeds. Oh, nice little back heel. And here comes Somerville down the left again. Decent tackle, it looked like, by Sang. But he's obviously taken the man and the ball. That old-fashioned argument, I took the ball, ref, just doesn't hold any water whatsoever. Yeah, he's scissored him a little bit as well, hasn't he? This will be a really good angle. Yeah, he's got that right, actually. The ref, yellow card comes out for Sang, which is probably not very good because Somerville's looked very lively down that left-hand side thus far. And Sang's now going to have to play the vast majority of this game with a yellow card, although Somerville doesn't look too comfy. Hopefully he's going to be fine to continue. They're just having a feel of his right leg as he stomps his left leg into the ground in pain. Bristol City 1, Swansea 1. Derby 2, Barnsley 0 in the other 2 p.m. kickoffs. We've now had kickoff in... they're the 12:30s and the 2 p.m, excuse me. We've now had kickoff in Hartlepool Stoke, Norwich Blackburn and Stockport Walsall. All those games are 0-0. Sean in Sligo. There we go. Probably cosmopolitan here. Don't forget to like that stream. Hit the button. Who's the best Welshman to play for your club? I think we did this one, didn't we, Ewan? For Ipswich, I can't possibly... it's been fairly light recently. Johnny Williams or Tom Lawrence recently, I think. West Burns at the moment. Mark Pembridge. You love to see it. Is it 3-0 Derby now? In very good form, Derby under Paul Warne, aren't they? I'm quite glad that Ipswich, Plymouth and Sheffield Wednesday have got a little bit of a lead over Derby, because I'd imagine they're going to be winning for a fair wee while for the remainder of this season. No, it doesn't look good. No, it does not. Jesse Marsch, arms folded, legs crossed, defensive body language, doesn't look happy. We'll see if Somerville's going to be able to run this off. Andy King, classic. He's kind of limping across to the touchline. Are we going to see Somerville again, or is Sang taking him out of the game with that yellow card tackle? Free kick Leeds then. In it goes from Greenwood, lofted to the back post. Bagan gets a header on it. It's going to be a corner to Leeds. Any sign of Somerville then? Don't think he's come back in. So Leeds might have to go to the bench. I think he's done. We'll see in a minute. He just tried to have a little run on the touchline. The camera's gone off him now. A.D. Williams. Tremendous. He's still on the radio for Reading, isn't he? In comes the corner. It's picked up by Garby. He's closed down quickly by Philogene. It's going to be a corner to Leeds. I think they might go short with this one. No. Could do with that rain stopping there for the quality of this game. Greenwood is going to take the corner for Leeds. And it comes right-footed, headed away near post there. And Cardiff trying to get out. They've only had that one sort of movement up the pitch in the entire game here. And that was due to a bad Leeds back pass. Leeds fairly dominant. It's the foul there on... To be honest, I don't think it was the last one on Isaac Davis. I think it was the second one. There was sort of 3 players went into press there. The ball is back with Anik. Kicks it long. Somerville, fortunately, is back on now for Leeds down the left wing. And he's on the ball right now. It's going to be a Leeds throw. Mark Hudson disagrees, but then again, managers do tend to appeal literally every single decision, whether they know they're right or wrong. Watching from Chiang Mai, Thailand. Oh. I will swap places with you, CM Teacher. Sounds good to me. Mark McGuinness heading back to Cardiff. Yes, that is happening, isn't it? Leeds forward now. Greenwood hits the shot from the edge of the box. It's blocked. Garby tries to switch it out to Somerville. He hammers that across to him. It would have had to be a Zidane-esque bit of control to pull that one out of the sky. Joe Allen, Welsh machine. Woof. 13:37 gone. Leeds pretty well on top in this one. 70% possession. Just a 1 shot to 0 on the most up-to-date stats. I have got the eye test tells us Leeds have had pretty much all of the territory. And Cardiff struggling to get out despite managing to grab a corner within the first sort of 5 minutes of this one. Keep your comments coming in as Jesse Marsch gets more and more soaked, and so does Mark Hudson. Not gone for the Steve McLaren umbrella. Sang takes the throw in to Sawyers, and yeah, lots of unforced errors here. I think, should we just blame the weather and the rain? Sawyers normally looks after the ball well, actually, in central midfield, doesn't he? Strauick has got it off Llorente. Somerville, who's probably looked the most lively player on the pitch, actually. Here's Garby, 18 years old. Goodness me. Oh, nice feet, actually. Somerville. Reverse ball forward. Looking for Gelhardt. It's knocked back in. Oh, great feet by Gyabi. Brilliant stuff. Superb play by the Leeds central midfielder then, and a really good block as he gets his shot in. I think it was Simpson who followed him across, wasn't it? Or was it Nelson in the end? Look at that feet there. Simpson, isn't it? In the howling conditions, beautiful bit of close control there by Gyabi. Decent block, though, by Simpson. John Childs. Okay, that might trump most. I'll give you that one. Joe, comment of the day. Love watching you. Thank you, sir. Very kind. Peter Rodriguez. You love to see it. Corner in from Leeds is a poor one, actually. Goes over everybody. I think Strack tries to keep it in. He gives the thumbs up for, I think it's Greenwood who took the corner. Although I think he's more applauding the effort rather than the execution there. Put it that way. 16 gone. 0-0 Leeds the better side. It's Bristol City 1, Swansea 1, with a few minutes to go in the Cup. Derby are going through to the fourth round. They are 3-0 up against Barnsley, Collins, Barkhuizen, and Knight with the most recent goal there. Oh, here comes a Cardiff attack now, although good covering by, I think, is that Gyabi again? He looks excellent, doesn't he? Wins the goal kick as well, tracking Ojo all the way into that area near the corner flag down the left wing. And I was going to say, for an 18-year-old, he's playing a pretty damn good game, Darko Gyabi, at the moment. What do you think to Rasmus today? Looks off the pace. Hard to say this early in the game. He's not been involved in much. He's actually on the ball right now. Nice little touch inside. Aronson. Here is the aforementioned Christensen. And there you go for the commenter. It gives the ball away. So maybe you're right. A little knock inside. Greenwood. Gyabi, who looks very impressive, doesn't he, in central midfield. Stoke 1-0, says the chat. We'll have a look for that in a second. Christensen plays that one forward, looking for Aronson. Shepherded out. Goal kick to Cardiff. If it was Stoke 1-0, that would go against my upsets video. It is Stoke 1-0. It says own goal up here. So we'll find out the identity of the unfortunate Hartlepool player who was put through his own goal. 67% possession. Leeds, nothing registered on the XG yet for Cardiff. They've not been able to create. Robbie Earnshaw only played to score a hat-trick in every league, the FA Cup and League Cup. Tremendous achievement that. You have to love the magic of the FA Cup until it goes against your side. Yeah, agreed. Do you think Jose Mourinho will return to Chelsea for a third? Yes, and a fourth and a fifth time as well, Joe. I'm here for it. Get Jose on my TV. That's all I say. There's a foul by Philogene down the left on Llorente. Just goes 50-50 with him and clatters in a little bit too hard. Oxford Arsenal on Monday night, indeed. Closing out what's been a good fun FA Cup third round weekend. And I hate to say it because my predictions are never worth being smug about. I'm normally terrible. My top 10 upsets video has produced some pretty accurate prophecies. Leeds playing back towards their own goal. Davies nearly manages to get in there, and the keeper, Robles, has had to come way out of his goal and clear that. Cardiff try and take advantage by taking the throw in quickly. They give it away, but poor clearance from a Leeds point of view. And Harris tries to drive forward. All a little bit messy, and Cardiff really can't string any amount of passes together in the Leeds half yet, can they? My most up-to-date stats tells me they've only completed 32 passes so far in the entire game, let alone in the Leeds half. Oh, and here come Leeds now on the counter. Aronson down the right. He's got a big overlap coming up on his shoulder. Aronson ignores that. Somerville comes inside, shoots right-footed, blocked. Here's Gyabi. Gyabi tries to sort of dink that one all the way through, find Gnonto. He's on the ball now. He crosses in. Oh, it's going to fall. Somerville back post puts it over the bar. I suspect it would be fair to say that's the best chance of the game. Gnonto hasn't really got onto the ball yet. Not the most accurate cross. Yeah, that's a chance, isn't it? Just got to feel that into the far corner, hasn't he, Somerville? I mean, it's not on a plate chance. He's facing back the wrong way, but he does lean back and swing that one over the bar. Blythe Spartans, Nuneaton. Just 2 teams to knock Stoke out. There we go. Leeds are becoming a little bit complacent. What, in this game, do you think? Yeah, we had this debate, Alistair, about the broadcasters. They're kind of damned if they do and damned if they don't. They, whoever they pick, they're going to get criticised for a start. The fans will criticise them if they pick the big teams, but unfortunately, the paymasters and the advertisers, particularly when we're on ITV or a commercial channel, BBC haven't got any excuse because they haven't got any ad revenue to sort of look after from their platform. They should be the champions of picking some EFL games, but I understand the commercial channels have to pick the sides. Why we've had Newcastle, Sheffield Wednesday, Leeds, those type teams on these games, although BBC wasn't it? But yeah, interesting debate. Joel Robles is himself an FA Cup winner. Is he? When did he do that? I'm clicking on him right now. Player profile, career. It says, Wigan? Really? I wonder. Everton on there. Everton never won the FA Cup, did they? Not since Joe Royle. What a manager. Ball breaks for Cardiff there in the deep midfield position. Foul on Ojo. Was he starting for Wigan then? I didn't remember that at all. I remember Ben Watson scoring the winner. What year was that? That must have been 2013 then, mustn't it? 9 years ago, for God's sakes. Time flies. Let that be a lesson to all of us. Strauch heads away. It's fed through in behind, and they're in. Cardiff hit. Oh, it's a good save. Can they square it up? Is it going to fall? Huge chance, and Cardiff have taken the lead. Really, really messy. Philogene puts it in the end. I think it was Harris that got in behind, and they've barely been in the game, and Cardiff have taken the lead in this one. It was just the running in behind. Was it Harris or was it Davis? We'll find out when we see the replay who first went in. It's a good save initially from Robles, but all the bounces, the Leeds players just don't get a foot on it then. It's onside. It's a mistake actually by Strauch. He thinks the keeper's coming out. It is Harris that goes through. Davies has the shot. Leeds can't clear it. The keeper's in no man's land there. There's a fatal little hesitation there from Strauch. He just thinks the keeper's coming out and getting that, doesn't he? And he lets Harris run off him. Philogene just straight forward, strokes that one in the corner. If we get close up of the faces of the Leeds fans behind the goal there, do they not like that? And Cardiff lead 1-0. Jaden Philogene Bidas is the scorer. Robles, the keeper there, screaming at the defence. Presumably, he wanted someone to help him out there. He made the save. Richard defending. Who's the keeper? Robles. They were queuing up. Just couldn't get a foot on it. I thought the first save was a good save. It's a little bit of a issue with Strauch there. As the ball's going through, he just seems to stop. He's sort of running side by side with Harris. He just sort of stops, doesn't he, for just a second, thinking presumably, oh, that's going through to the keeper. And then Harris keeps on running. And we know where the ball ends up. Here's Nonto, Somerville inside the box. Somerville, Firpo cross blocked. Are we going to get another upset? Shades of last night, all the possession, then one down. Yeah, I can see that. Nonto with the throw-in. He knocks it inside. Llorente. Yeah, that would have been Cardiff's, I say first shot on goal. It's actually their third shot on goal because it went bang, bang, pinball. But their first real opening, first chance to score in the game, as in that phase of play. And they go in front. Here's Garby. Flashback to Crawley 2 years ago. Same old story, hey? Big one through the middle. It's going to come to Nonto, who's over on the left wing now. I don't know whether he's staying over there. Oh, that's going to be a penalty, isn't it? Oh, he's giving it the other way. Goodness me, my first instinct was, and a yellow card. Well, we'll have a look. I haven't seen the replay. First instinct when he went by is, oh, someone's in trouble here. But Nonto has been booked for diving. Let's have a look. Let's have another look. I'm seeing my third replay now. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Probably not a penalty. No, it's definitely not a penalty. I don't know whether I would have booked him there, especially in these conditions. But hey, referee Gillett a lot closer than me. I think the important thing is not a penalty. Shows you when you're watching from the hard cam, difficult to see. My first instinct was, oh, penalty. But no contact on Nonto, who's got to keep his head now. He's losing his brains here, isn't he? Now, what are we saying in the chat here? Cooking session. What are you cooking, Ant? There you go. Penalty clipped him. Possession never won you a game. Oh, he did dive. There we go. Lewis, DM me your mobile number so you can join the WhatsApp group for the Patreon, matey. But yes, brilliant performance for the Rams. If you want to get involved in our WhatsApp group, get involved over on Patreon as well. Dive for me. Soft. Dive, but anywhere else on the free kick. Annie, welcome. How was it? Can you give us a little synopsis of that game? Let's have a look. No, I don't think I would have booked him for diving, to be honest. But it's not a penalty, is it? He doesn't foul him. I think it's just nothing. It's no decision. But there you go. Pascal Strauch has also been booked, and we were so busy doing the chat and all of that stuff, I didn't see it. But all opinions are welcome. Always subjective refereeing decisions. What do they say? The only thing definitive in a football match is whether the ball goes over the line or not. Otherwise, subjectivity can be applied everywhere else. Excuse me. Oh, and offside, apparently. But don't tell me offside is not subjective. There's an element of subjectivity to that, even if it's supposed to be about an objective thing, as in front, behind. But let's not get into that, shall we now? Cardiff 1, Leeds 0. Do hit the thumbs up button down the bottom there. Cardiff sort of scoring against the run of play, but it's what it is, isn't it? Leeds defending not great for that goal. Yeah, 71% possession Leeds, 0.26. They've put 0.63 up on the XG now, presumably for those quick 3 shots on the goal. 130 passes to 42 completed thus far. But, and don't get me wrong here, I tell off the people who say, quote, the only stat that matters, because it's not the only stat that matters. The most important stat, though, is, of course, that Cardiff lead this game 1-0. And we just saw Nonto. What is his Christian name? Wilfred, is it? No, Willie. Oh, hence the chant. Right, there you go. Say no more. Yeah, Wilfried. Wilfried Nonto get booked for diving. Frantic first 15, wanted to take the lead. Horrendous back pass, wanted to control the rest of the game. Started the second half much better and the pressure was building. 1-1. Perfect. Rotherham getting battered by Ipswich yesterday. Top 4 in League One on par with bottom 6 in the Championship. Maybe a small gap there. Objectivity didn't come into it last night. I decided not to bother with it. Well, at least in the Wednesday game, Andy, we had one offside goal for each team, didn't we? I suppose it evened itself out, but there we go. Oh, nice little clip through. It's going to be a huge chance. Oh, it's 2-0. Oh, can you believe it? Cardiff have had 2 penalty box entries in the entire game. They've scored from both of them. And there's 6,500 Leeds fans behind the goal there, having to witness their team shipping goals with every attack that Cardiff have had so far. Unbelievable. I don't know who was tracking Ojo there. To be fair, he takes it quite well. He chests it down and he sort of half volleys it in. I can't believe Leeds are 2-0 down here. Cardiff completely killer finishing from them so far. Let's have a look. It's clipped over the top. He's well onside. He takes it really well, actually, Ojo. Chest and volley. He runs off the back of Llorente there. He actually takes it extremely well because Llorente gets a little eyebrows on it, which makes it even harder to control. It's a really good chest down and finish, isn't it? Very good indeed by Ojo. Keeper gets no blame really on either of the goals, in my opinion. But, wow, 2-0 to Cardiff. And, yeah, defensively, Jesse Marsch looks absolutely furious. And I kind of understand because his side have just been really hapless at the back, haven't they? Just quick, direct attack. Who was it clipped that over the top? I think it might even have been, was it Nelson possibly, forward, just clipped it over the top, the centre-back. And Ojo running from the sort of 10 position, chests it down and sticks it into the net. And it's Cardiff 2, Leeds 0. Wow. Let's go to some comments. Rinamotor, thank you. And Blackburn lead at Norwich. Vale, that's David Wagner's first game there. Goodness me. Bango's my bet. Draw is at 4 p.m. We'll be on a separate stream for that. We'll just leap over. So otherwise, it'll be buried in the end of this stream. Flashbacks to Crawley. You'll have to remind me what that was, but I'm sure the Leeds fans will know exactly what you're calling it. It's either offside or it's not, Andy, is all I'll say. But yeah, fair comment. Firpo gets down the line, crosses it to the back post, nodded back, cleared away by Ojo. Cardiff 2, Leeds 0. How about that? Maybe you might have seen it coming, but if you've watched the game, it's a bit of a surprise, actually, isn't it? But you got to defend in football, haven't you? And Cardiff sort of just launching a couple of attacks and scoring from both of them, essentially, is what has gone down here. Man United fan, love seeing... there you go. Schadenfreude, I think they're Tad. FA Cup shocker at the moment. Oh, yes. How is the draw at 4 when there's a game to watch? Well, Johnny, we've been doing this for years, my friend. All they do is they say so-and-so or so-and-so. And there'll be plenty of those in the draw. So, Bristol City 1, Swansea 1. That couldn't have been a cup set by my definition. Yellow card has come out, by the way, for Joel Bagan, the left back. Only teasing. There we go. A few yellow cards actually in this game. Derby 3, Barnsley 0. Derby's good run continues. Cardiff 2, Leeds 0 is obviously our game. Hartlepool 0, Stoke 1 is going with the league table. So is Norwich 0, Blackburn 1, Stockport 0, Walsall 0. How many yellow cards has there been thus far? Feels like there's been 3 or 4, doesn't it? Sang and Bagan now, both the fullbacks for Cardiff, booked. Strowick and Nonto booked for Leeds. Of course, Nonto booked for simulation in the penalty box there. Here's Firpo. Tries to play it down the line. Give it away. Riley, this has been embarrassing from us. Not great, has it? I mean, the whole performance hasn't been embarrassing, but the defenders have been really bad, hasn't it? I'll give you that one. Sofa score average rating with cash in. Best in the league, is it? Yeah, good player. Very good player. What a goal for Cardiff. The Sports Channel. Good finish, wasn't it, by Ojo, especially given that ball just changed trajectory at the end there, chest down. Doesn't matter, lads. Only a cup game. Cardiff 2, Leeds 0. 36 on the clock now as we speak. Burnley, Blackburn. I mean, Burnley, Blackburn would be good. It was pretty one-sided, the last one in the league, wasn't it? Burnley won. We did it on the channel, didn't we? Burnley won fairly comfortably. That was a Sunday game as well, wasn't it? And this, at the moment, in scoreline terms, is fairly comfortable for Cardiff. Although Leeds, still 70% possession. Unfortunately, the penalty boxes matter, though, don't they? Given away there by the right back, Sang. Strowick plays to Urente, and look at Cardiff's team shape. They're quite happy now just to defend that 2-0 lead and counter-attack, and that's exactly what they're doing now. Harris, it's back with Sawyers. Nelson. Some possession for Cardiff, which has been a rarity in this game. Long way to Yorkshire, long way back. Not if you've won. Could Stevenage win at Villa this afternoon? Of course. Throw in down the right for Cardiff, which Sang's taken. I think he wants to lob it into the box. In the end, goes short to Sawyers. Nice little give and go. It's well worked by the two of them, actually. Sang sticks the cross into the near post. Cleared away. Turning into trouble there, Garby and Sawyers with a good ball. Shooting chance from way out for Baig, and he smashes it into that very well populated end there. Full, we think, of over 6,000 Leeds fans who are going to be very unimpressed with their team's defending in this first half. Horrible shot by Bagan that. You can see his technique's way off. Slices it high wide and very ugly into the stand. Leeds need a goal before half time, don't they? Somerville. Nelson in with the tackle. Garby. Oh, lovely ball by Garby out to Christensen, who can't quite control it first time. Philogene nips in front of him. Poor from Philogene, gives it away. Christensen keeps it in. It's really poor from Philogene. He's conceded a corner after that, and he'd won the ball there. A bit too clever for his own good. Very much a winger in a fullback's position there. Philogene, though, did, of course, score the opener in this one. After Harris got in behind, and Leeds just couldn't get a foot on the ball. Leeds getting smoked. One way of saying it. Another FA Cup exit. Corner goes in, headed goal with chance for Nonto inside the 6-yard box there. He's probably one of the shorter players in there, actually. Wins that one fair and square. Oh, he should score, shouldn't he? The only saving grace there was Harris jumped right in front of him, but it's a free header for Nonto, and he puts it over the crossbar. Chance there for Leeds. Haven't created a lot despite their possession, Leeds. Very nice. Our cup runneth over. See what you've done, Sean. See what you've done. Firpo. Oh, lovely little touch around the corner from Nonto. They've turned. They're in here, Leeds. Aronson. And the keeper comes out, does really well. He played in Aronson there. There was actually a ball outside where I guess it must have been, was it a right back, Christensen arriving? Would have had all the time in the world there. But nice opening for Leeds. Not taken advantage of. I'd like to see a replay of that, actually. Just probably chose the wrong option there. Come on, ITV, show me a replay. It was Gelhardt. Yeah, it's not great from Gelhardt. That he should have that pass in his locker just to slide it through for Aronson. There we go. Man City, Chelsea. Yeah, open question to the chat. Yeah, chat, get involved in anything, for goodness sakes. Yeah. Get that debate moving. Free speech ahoy in the chat. We want your opinions. How's Man City, Chelsea going to go? You'd imagine Man City comfortably, but you never know with those elite teams. Are they going to go full reserves? Probably not given the opponents, but there we go. Corner taken short into the back post from Greenwood. Double-handed punch from Anik. And cleared away. Oh, it stays in, actually. I was going to say for a Leeds throw-in. Yeah, has gone out. Must have curved back in. Man City 2-0. Chelsea 2-0. There we go. Do I have any plans of doing a podcast? Well, I founded a podcast many years ago, an Ipswich Town podcast. That may not be of any interest to you whatsoever. So I have much experience of podcasting. Put it that way. 3-1 Man City. 4-0 Man City. Leeds don't have a good enough or deep enough squad to make 7 changes. Well, according to the evidence, Whale Shark, you would be correct on the basis of the first 45 minutes of this. But never say never. 2-0 City. City comfortably. 0-0. The TV bods won't be happy with a 0-0, put it that way. Nelson hoiks that forward. Davies is trying to run in behind. Oh, dear. Robles just slices that one into the crowd. Look like he had more time than that. It's going to throw in to Cardiff, who are 2-0 up. In the 12:30s, Bristol City 1, Swansea 1, Derby 3, Barnsley 0. And in the other 2 PMs, Hartlepool 0, Stoke 1, Norwich 0, Blackburn 1, Stockport 0, Walsall 0. Bit of a kerfuffle there. High on the right wing for Cardiff. They've won another throw-in, though, which Sang will take. Mark Hudson gives the thumbs up. He'll be super happy his side of 2-0. Or leading 2-0 against a team in a higher division. Speaking of 2-0, you lot are telling me Stoke are 2-0 up. There we go. Jacob Brown, goal scorer. I guess that's pretty much done then. You don't see Hartlepool coming back from 0-2 down, do you? Or do you? Here is Gabi. Firpo. Gabi again. Somerville. Nonto. Somerville. It's all neat and tidy, but it's all in front of Cardiff. Who's going to pass through the lines or take someone on? Firpo. And Firpo couldn't because he's given the ball away. Sang clears away. Stroke heads it forward. Well played Sawyers there. Right place, right time. Nice fed ball. They're trying to, it looks like they're not bothered about building up possession, Cardiff, when they do get it. Oh, lovely reverse ball by Philogene. Ojo can't get a good first touch, though. Takes on Christensen, comes back up the line. Oh, Wappa. Highlight reel stuff there from Ojo. But it's all the way back in with the centre halves. Trying to play the channel again for Harris, which has been a decent avenue thus far. Here's Rinamoto, who clipped that over the top for the second goal. Sang tries to put the cross in. Firpo gets the block on. 45 gone, +3 on the stoppage time. Here's that bit of skill. Yeah, you love to see it from Ojo. Massively extravagant back heel. He's been sorting out his boots and his socks ever since doing that. What have we got in the chat here? Hope Chelsea put out a strong team and don't get any injuries. We play them on Thursday. There you go. Only cut run I'm going to see is if I get the teas in. Stop it. Never say never. Wigan won the cup. Oh, of course, no. Never say never. Crap, we play Fulham. Yes, you do. GB has been the best of a bad bunch. It's not been good. GB, do you mean Garby? Wayne, welcome. Nice to see you. Very nice to see. Loads of cup sets going on. Deck, first time poaching. Watched a lot of your stuff. Fulham fan myself. Well done. The Deck show. Great to hear from you. No need from that from Ojo. I mean, there's no need, Annie, but there's every need for that type of thing as well. I'm sure there's a stiff tackle coming for him from someone if he does it again. Put it that way. But yeah, looked great. Looked great in slow-mo on the camera, didn't it? We are 90 seconds into 3 minutes of stoppage time. Just a reminder, we'll go on to a separate stream, which is already up on the channel. If you minimize this video, you can keep watching it on your phone or whatever, and just click on the channel. It'll come up and you can set yourself a reminder. So we just banged straight on at 4 p.m. With the draw. So that'll be a separate feed. I don't want that reaction to get buried at the end of this particular stream. As Davies tries to run in behind, gets clattered in a sandwich there. Referee Gillett sees it as a collision rather than anything else. I'd probably agree with him. Big Diag looking for Firpo forward from left back. Jesse Marsch and his staff are trying to figure out what to do here. I suspect they will go to the bench at half time. And we might see at least one change because, Leeds need a little bit of a rocket, don't they, for the second half. Get your questions queued up for half time. I will just take a second and go and grab a drink. That looks like the 3 minutes gone for half time. It's going to be a free kick to Leeds, which they've probably only got time to actually stick in the box. I don't think they can do an entire phase of play here. I think it needs to just be pumped in there. And the best they can hope for is it somehow ends up in the back of the net very quickly, put it that way. And it comes then from the right wing. Not bad delivery. Christensen. Is the ref going to let him have the time? No, I didn't think he was. And it's half time and it's Cardiff 2, Leeds 0. Get your comments in, get your questions in. I'll take 2 minutes very, very soon for a little break. But Leeds were well on top really from the start of this game. Forcing lots of territory, lots of possession. But as soon as Cardiff went anywhere near the Leeds box, and they did it twice, they scored both times. Philogene with the opening goal that was kind of slipped in behind Pascal Struijk, who just kind of held his run. Keeper Robles makes a good enough save, actually, but then bouncing, they can't get the touch, and in it goes, swept in by Philogene. The pattern then resumes for 7 minutes, and then up come Cardiff again. Second goal is actually pretty good, isn't it? Rinamoto clips it over the top. Llorente gets a little eyebrows on it, but they haven't tracked the runner behind. And it's a really good, I would say, chest and control from Ojo to make it 2-0. Leeds haven't really come that close, have they? There was Somerville's curler. right-footed, which was a half chance. Nonto had the free header, didn't he, from the corner, which probably should have scored from there. But to be fair, Harris jumps right in front of him and he sees it at the last minute. Nonto also, yellow card for diving. Maybe he just fell over, but if he stays on his feet there, he's deep into the box. Let's quickly have a look at the numbers. There we go. So 66% on the possession for Leeds. 0.49, but look at the XG for Cardiff now, 1.2. Yes, I know that all aggregated on that first goal when they had 3 shots all inside the 6-yard box, or penalty box rather. But it does illustrate a point, doesn't it? That despite all the territory, in terms of giving up chances, Leeds have given up good chances in this game. Cardiff have only completed 83 passes during that half. Bit of a horror show there defensively for Leeds is all I will say. Centre-backs from Leeds have been awful. Yeah, it's not, no, I like Strauick. I know the Leeds fans aren't very high on Llorente, but yes, not been good. Just easy, hasn't it, running in behind them. Billy's words, not mine. I'll leave that. Finlay's words there, not mine. Not great defensively. Leeds have not actually been that bad. In the context of the whole game, I know what you mean, Ant. You just can't defend like that, can you? Leather Sandals knew this would happen. Blackpool is very windy. Yes, it is. New thing from BT is called Sign Up. Help deaf people. We want to help deaf people enjoy football for sure. So I don't know about it, but I'm a fan of it. No place for fair players. Yeah, no longer entertainment. Yeah. We love it. We love it. What do I think of Blackpool? If you want to ask a more specific question about Blackpool, yeah, I'll be happy to answer it. But that does seem a bit broad. So I'll put that answer out, whatever it says. It's very windy. Yeah, there you go. We'll go that one. Right, I'm going to be back in a couple of minutes. It's halftime in the watch-along. Cardiff 2, Leeds 0. In fact, why don't I put that up there before we disappear for 2 minutes and grab a drink. Go make yourself a cup of tea or something a little bit stronger, maybe, if you're a Leeds fan. Don't go anywhere. Fill the chat with questions. We will be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It's half time. It is the FA Cup third round watch along. It's the FA Cup fourth round draw, which will be in about an hour. We're doing that on a separate stream. So if you're still around at the end of this game, which I hope you are, jump straight on to the other stream. We'll do some questions and whatnot like we normally do at half time. What I will do is just have a quick look and see how the other half-time games are going in the Cup. In fact, let's do a full-on scroll so you can see what happened earlier. Bristol City 1, Swansea 1 is an unwanted replay for both sides there. Derby 3, Barnsley 0, comfortable one for Derby in the end. Cardiff 2, Leeds 0, half-time in this one. Hartlepool 0, Stoke 2, Murray own goal, Jacob Brown just before half-time. We don't have detailed stats on that one, so that's about as detailed as we're going to end up going. Norwich 0, Blackburn 1. Vale, who's playing up top there. I don't remember him scoring this season. Is that his first of the season there? Jack Vale would appear to be so, and he's got it at Carrow Road against Norwich. Again, no detailed stats there. My apologies. We can tell you no more. Stockport 0, Walsall 0. I won't even touch that then if they're just giving us the goal scorers over on FootMob. Right. Any questions, any topics we can bang through during this halftime break would be gratefully received down there in the chat. What have we got here then? PG Tips, sponsoring Leeds, giving advice how to... Oh, dear. There it is, everyone. We're sponsored by carbonated sugarless drinks here. Full of chemicals, apparently. There we go. How many points will it take to stay in the Premier League this season? Normally about 35, isn't it? Looks pretty tight, so you'd assume it'll be around that because they'll all take points off each other and presumably points will disappear out the table with those teams. Get a lot of draws in those games down the bottom there. That winning feeling is not something those teams down the bottom there feel very frequently. By the way, do hit the thumbs up button. And a couple of plugs really, really quickly. If you want to support over on Patreon, you can. I'm going to be doing a Q&A with Sam Parkin, EFL pundit, on Tuesday. If you want to get questions in for Sam, we're just moving. Patrons now can come into our WhatsApp group as well. And you can also chop it up with me once a month. Tell me what you think to my face on the round table, which is always a good show. Join up on Patreon for that. Like I say, always say this will always be free here on YouTube. So if you like it, you can support for free as well, just by hitting thumbs up or by subscribing. But if you do want to support financially, that really helps me out trying to do this for a living. You can do so via Patreon or by Super Chat right now. There you go, Billy, 35. I think we agree on that. Sure, not organised enough to be a shambles. Stop it. Dearie me. Who's your wild card, like not from the Big Six, to win the Cup? Oh, Brighton? Should we say Brighton? I think I've nicked that from someone in the chat yesterday, but that sounds fun, doesn't it? Leeds' right side was always open, but players keep going to the left. Certainly did for that Aronson chance, didn't they, Darren? Keep your comments coming in. It's 3:00 now. Again, if you look over on the channel, we will be going to a different stream at 4:00. So hopefully there'll still be plenty of you still in at the end of this one, and we'll jump straight over to that stream. Hopefully, there wasn't that much stoppage time, was there? Only 3 minutes. We'll get kicked off nice and quickly. I think it's going to be about 5 minutes or so before the draw. Anyway, Southampton think they're gone already. Possibly. Yeah, it's difficult to see teams down the bottom winning 3 out of 5, isn't it? It doesn't happen very often, does it? And let's be fair, it's those type of surges are not often what keeps teams up, are they? It's the ability to grind out a draw, not lose, and go on it's a sort of win one, draw two, lose one, and keep doing that tends to keep teams up rather than a quick run of wins. Put it that way. Very tight after 12, lose a few and you're in the relegation spot. Win a few. Well, exactly. And when Darren there in the chat saying win a few, as I say, that winning a few down at the bottom is across 8 games, probably. It just doesn't tend to happen in 5 games, does it? Keep your comments coming, guys. Half time in this one. Appreciate the support tonight or today rather, and last night as well. We did Sheffield Wednesday beating Newcastle 2-1. It's been a good, hardy cup of upsets so far. And you can see yesterday's results. If I get this right, I'll only pick out the upsets. And as much as people want to argue with me on the internet, my definition of an upset, and you can have your definition as whatever the hell you like. It's subjective. I don't mind, but I don't mind what yours is, but let me have mine. Mine is one side beating a side from a higher division. So in terms of the upsets there, we didn't get one at Gillingham. Leicester won there. We didn't get one at Spurs. They beat Pompey. We did get one, which was number 1 in my list at Bournemouth. They went under 2-4 to Burnley. We got a big one at Blackpool there. 4-1. They beat Forest. Nearly got one at Boreham Wood, but it was a draw between them. Accrington Stanley. Nearly got one at Chesterfield. West Brom come back from 3-2 down at half-time. We did get an upset at Fleetwood. They beat QPR 2-1. We didn't get one at Hull. Fulham winning there. We did get one by my definition at Ipswich. They beat Rotherham 4-1. Obviously, I wasn't touching that in my predictions video. We nearly got one at Shrewsbury. They were 1-0 up going into stoppage time. Actually lost in the end 2-1. We did get one at Coventry. Wrexham winning 4-3. I think they were 4-1 up at one point in that one. And we definitely got one at Hillsborough Wednesday winning 2-1. And we watched it on the channel. And I very much enjoyed... Well, I would say I enjoyed it. I didn't really enjoy the first half. It wasn't that entertaining, was it? But the second half very much was. A bit of a different story today in terms of goals and a nice setup here because we're 2-0 already at halftime in this one. And Leeds have got to pull their finger out, frankly. Right. Any subs from Leeds? Doesn't look like it, does it? I'm scanning the pitch and it looks like all 11 Leeds players who stunk out the first half a little bit are all back in for the second half. So we will get you the teams. We'll get you a timestamp ASAP as we settle in for the second half. It is Cardiff 2, Leeds 0 in the FA Cup. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, guys. Really helps me out. Right, let's see if we can get teams and time sync all done for the 46 minutes. So Cardiff, Anik in goal. Sang on a yellow card. Nelson Simpson, Bagan on a yellow card. Sawyers, Harris, Rinamoto, Ojo and Philogene are the 2 goal scorers across midfield. Davies up top for Leeds. Rebels in goal. Christensen, Rente, Strauch on a yellow card. Firpo, Greenwood, Garby, Aronson, Gonto on a yellow card. Somerville and Gerlhart. We are watching on ITV1 HD. And I will give you a time sync at 46 minutes, which is in about 7 seconds. 7 seconds away. I'll be at 46 in 3, 2, 1, sync. Get yourself lined up. And here come Leeds down the left. Nunto inside to Aronson, Somerville. It looks like, has the rain stopped and the sun come out? It's hard to see from the hard cam. Hopefully we'll get something a bit closer. Looks a bit brighter down there anyway. Poor players and fans got absolutely drenched in the first half, I think. Harris back doing his defending, tries to clear, smashes against Aronson. It's going to be a goal kick to Cardiff, who lead 2-0 in this one. I'm the dude. Came from Jack Stream on TNC saying Norwich have down tools after the goal. Don't like to be hearing that, dude. Coventry Wrexham game was mental. It did look it, didn't it? Tremendous stuff. Here is Greenwood, Christensen. blocked by Ojo. Did it come back off Christensen? I didn't see that. It did, apparently. It's going to be a throw-in to Cardiff. I thought it was going to be a Leeds throw. Bagan is going to take it. Again, I know I've plugged it a few times. We'll be live for the draw on a second stream that I've already set up at 4 p.m. So we'll flip across from one to the other. I'd love you to follow me over, and we'll see who gets Boreham Wood away, who gets Fleetwood away. Everyone wants, no offence to those two clubs, of course, good luck to them. Everyone wants Man United, Liverpool, whoever, Arsenal, Spurs. Someone's getting Fleetwood. Sorry, Fleetwood. It's very disrespectful. I keep saying that. Final score 2-2. We shall see. Not with attacks like that. As Greenwood tries to feed that down the line to Somerville. Nothing, not Somerville, sorry. Gelhardt, nothing doing. Throw in to Cardiff, who will be more than happy to make this second half really bitty. Wrexham away or Spurs Arsenal? Exactly, yeah. Wrexham would be fun, wouldn't it? What is that? Is that like Thundercats? Oh, Ryan Reynolds Wrexham. Is that a bit like Roy Keane's Ipswich or Frank Lampard's Derby? Oh, nice little feed into Gelhardt. Turns into trouble. He's still got it though somehow. Gelhardt, Nonto, Firpo. Firpo, nice back heel. Nonto, edge of the box, knocked off Aronson. Aronson, little clip to the far post. Christensen heads it back across, headed clear. Back in from Greenwood. Nelson, big header clear. Someone's going to Grimsby. Yes, they are. I forgot they were in there as well. Paul Hurst, Grimsby as well. That'd make it even worse for Ipswich. Yeah, Lewis, I'll get you in the WhatsApp group, fella. Any other Patreons on here? If you want to join the WhatsApp group, just DM me your number on Twitter and I will get you in there. We were using Discord, but I think WhatsApp's just going to be easier if you're happy with that. Ooh, big sliding tackle there from Greenwood. Had to time that one right. He did. Aronson, Gelhardt, Christensen, Greenwood, fouled by Philogene. Free kick, Leeds. Yeah, great away support. Might inspire a comeback. Leeds fans will be hoping. Cardiff will absolutely not. Coming up 50 minutes here. Free kick Leeds. Aronson's over there. Greenwood's taken all the set plays, hasn't he? Aronson runs over it. And it goes from Greenwood deep, looking for Christensen. Falls down for Strauch. Knocks it back to Somerville. Strauch now crossing position down the left. Good ball, actually. And on the near post was Gelhardt. Not sure he got there first. It's gathered by Anik in the end. And Cardiff come away. I need to see a replay of that. Not entirely sure what went down there. Massive game. Oh, stop it, Lewis. Ipswich v Plymouth. Imagine the atmosphere if you drew Wrexham at home. It'd be fun. They're definitely going to be a bit of a camera magnet, aren't they, Wrexham, in this draw? See who they get. If you're as old as me, you'll remember Wrexham beating Arsenal in the early 90s when Wrexham were bottom of the 92 and Arsenal were top. Or rather, Arsenal were champions. They might have been top of the league at the time as well. I can't remember. Foul by Philogene down the left. And this will suit Cardiff the way this half has started. Fair few stoppages, defending fairly well. That'll work for him. That'll get him through this second half. Philogene down the left. Greenwood takes it off him. And blocked. Leeds not at the races today, a bit like Luton yesterday. What was Luton's? 1-1 in the end, wasn't it? Disallowed goal at the end for Wigan as well in that one. The chat all jumped up, but then it got disallowed yesterday during our watch along. Sheffield Wednesday beating Newcastle. Looks like Stoke have gone 3-0 up. Roland Menayese has scored an own goal. He scored a few at his right end for Hartlepool from set plays, but it's an OG from Menayese. And it's still Norwich 0, Blackburn 1 at Carrow Road. Stockport 0, Walsall 0. A League Two side guaranteed then to go through to the fourth round in that one, come what may. I wonder how long it takes for Jesse Marsch to go to the bench here. To be fair to him, he's given the opportunity for the players who got them into this hole to dig them out of it. Ian, welcome, sir. Enjoyed the day. I haven't watched a video yet, Ian, by the way. Sorry. Been busy with Shailene Enid this morning. But how did you enjoy Portman Road other than the game? What I would consider a classic old stadium, but I guess I'm totally biased. Someone's going to get Stoke. What's the point in replays for the third and just the fourth round? I think the point is, Stephen, it just gives the opportunity for some of the lower ranked teams in League Two and maybe the non-league, even some League One teams, to get a nice bit of money in if they do get a draw against Man United to play a replay or what have you. Oh, crossed into the back post, headed across by Simpson. It's going to fall. Nelson's trying to get there. Garby gets it clear. Did he get fouled? No. But Leeds have got it clear nonetheless. 53 on the clock. Nothing's really changed for Leeds in this half. I think he needs to go to the bench or make some kind of strategic change. Looks like they're figuring it out now. Yeah, it's exactly what they're doing. In fact, it might be the new signing, Max Berber. Throw in for Leeds, which Christensen hurls in. You normally get a little bit of a pep up from the players on the pitch when they see someone's about to come on. Shepherded out. It's going to be a goal kick, which should give us a chance to make the change. No, they've taken it quickly. And we continue on with Strack. Here's Nonto down the left. Tries to go on the outside of Sang. Good tackle by the fullback. Harris helps him out and clears that one down the line. Right, what do we got here? 4,500 Wrexham fans. Definitely something I never want to hear again. We had the same thing, Callum. I remember when Lincoln came to Ipswich with the Cowleys and they were top of the non-league or whatever. They filled the entire, because everyone's so high on life, they filled the entire top end and drew 2-2. Is it true that FA Cup ticket sales are shared? There's some system. I don't know exactly what it is, Helen, but yeah, you certainly get more. I'm sure it's after costs. Profits are maybe shared, but forgive me, I don't know exactly. Right. Treble substitution for Leeds. I can see Rodrigo at the front. I think I can see, is that Drama at the back? The guy in the middle I don't recognise. I assume is Verba, the new signing, which would be why I don't recognise him, obviously. So it looks like we're going to get triple sub for Leeds. Imminently. Oh, Ojo in the 50-50 there. Llorente nearly won it. Cleared, though, by Leeds. Greenwood won it in central midfield. Had it knocked off him by Philogene, scorer of the first goal. Sawyers. Bagan. Llorente comes across, going to snuff that out, clears up the line. Good ball, actually. Christensen, lovely pass by him. Aronson now. Aronson, nice, poor. Really good opening there for Leeds. He had Nonto on his left. He had the ball on ahead of him. It's poor ball by Aronson that. Completely overhit it. Really could have made them pay there. Could have carried it a little while longer as well. Just, I think, took the wrong option at all. There was a non-league team wanted the fixture reversed, but yeah, that's happened a few times where they've agreed to swap the fixture to help out the non-league team. Wish you'd never left Highfield Road, hey? I went to Highfield Road once. Philogene on the left wing cuts inside. Shooting chance, maybe no. Holds onto it, plays it across to Sang, the fullback. Nonto just pokes it off his toe as he's about to hit the shot. Are we going to get this Leeds sub now? Yes. So here come Drama, Rodrigo, and no, they don't. We're playing on again. Still. Here's Gabby. Switch of play to Christensen. Poor ball. Out it goes. Sums up Leeds there a little bit, that one. Someone trying to switch the play. Out it goes. Receiving play with his head in his hands. And now are we going to get the substitution? Yes, we are. So it's Rodrigo, Drama, and Verba on. I think Christensen did just come out, the right back. I think Gyabi's coming out, the young midfielder, who didn't actually play badly, did he? I guess it's just he's 18 and they don't want him to do the whole game. Now, wasn't Drama actually on loan at Cardiff? Am I right about that? Somerville's come out as well. Cody Drama, Korea. Cardiff on loan, 22 games last season. There you go. Now, are they like-for-like swaps? We'll find out in terms of where they head on the pitch. But Leeds attack into the box for Aronson. He's blocked out, edge of the box. Straight in there, actually, was Verba. Tried to get a shot off. It's blocked by Rinomota. Their young player of the season. There you go. Nonto, Firpo, Nonto. Crosses left footed, blocked by Nelson. Hoofed away by Sang. Throwing for Leeds. That would have been Verba's first touch, that. Shot well blocked. And he's on the ball right now. Aronson. Verba. Horrible cross, that one. But I think Drama's going to pick it up at right back. Knocks it back to Greenwood. Tries to play it back to him. Philogene cuts it out. Falls over, and then Greenwood comes in. He tries to cross, and it's a corner for Leeds. Biggest shot was Wednesday beating Newcastle yesterday so far. Yeah, probably most places, probably between the two, and certainly Newcastle, the highest ranked team to drop out so far. Third in the Premier League, aren't they? Corner, Leeds, Greenwood in front of all of those Leeds fans behind the goal. Cleared away, though. And hoiked up in the air. Remember, again, at 4 p.m, we will switch to a second stream to do the draw after this game has indeed finished. Aronson. He's got Greenwood outside him, finds him. Greenwood inside the box. Drift out to the right. Still Greenwood. Oh, decent cross as well. Headed away. No one attacking that. Drama tries to win it back. Aronson has gone down, injured on the edge of the box. They're going to play on, though. Greenwood tries to cross again. Is that going to be another corner? Yes, it is. Leeds building up the pressure. Verba, the new signing, is waving, trying to get everyone going behind the goal. Another corner to Leeds, which Greenwood's going to take. He's woken up the last few minutes. Seems to be a bit more at it. Sleepy first half for a lot of the Leeds players. Crossed in. Oh, what a chance. How on earth has that not gone in? Strowick, free header from about 5 yards out. It actually looked easier to head it in the goal than to put it past the post like he did. I don't know how on earth he's missed that. Oh, dear. It looked impossible from the trajectory he was at and how he headed the ball that he wouldn't score there. What a miss. Deary me. We saw an absolute corker of a miss by Chris Wood in the Sheffield Wednesday Newcastle game yesterday. I think this one's fairly close, isn't it? Terrible. Terrible miss. I think both Cardiff centre-halves have been brilliant. I wouldn't bother calling back McGuinness. There you go. Comment of the day. Hardest working man on you. I think there's a few, but I'll try my best, eh? Should score, yeah, 100%. Should have been 2-1 there. Isaac Davis has come out. Ollie Tanner has come on. And on the basis of the fact that he's chewing gum and wearing an Alice band, he seems fairly confident. Seems to have a bit of a swagger about him, young Tanner. Previously at Bromley. Only one first-team appearance prior to this one, so big chance for Ollie Tanner. Has he gone over to the left wing? Looks like it. So maybe Mark Harris has gone up top. Leads into the box here. Oh, knocked back. Shot is blocked. Greenwood edge of the box. Shoots left-footed. Another block now coming in. They're starting to turn the screw now, Leeds, but they need to score soon, else it's going to get away from them in terms of being able to build up a real good pressure. Drama over on the right wing. Greenwood. Greenwood's been the best player for Leeds the last 3-4 minutes. Strauch just missed that incredibly good chance. Nonto, left wing against Sang, takes him on. That's going to be a goal kick, isn't it? It's a corner. Wrong again. Nonto takes the corner short to Greenwood. Greenwood crosses in left-footed. Another huge chance, and now they have scored. And Rodrigo, that must be his first touch. I was going to say, of all the subs, Leeds missing a huge chance a minute ago from a pretty similar position, actually, right in on the goal. This time, Rodrigo, who is actually a forward player, heads it. It's a chance for Anik to save it. I'll reserve judgment till I see the replay, but it's so close in, you're probably not going to be blaming the keeper. Let's have a look. Could he save this? I think we'd be being harsh given how close it is in. Yeah, and he's got to go with one hand. Yeah, fair enough. 2-1. And Leeds are back in it. The pressure's been building up, hasn't it? Since the triple sub was made and Strauch missing that chance. And Rodrigo gets one back, 65. We said in terms of a Leeds comeback, they needed to score in this period. And they have. Rodrigo with the goal. Oh, 1-0 to Walsall as well. Let's have a look. Danny Johnson, who is their top scorer. And he's on loan from Mansfield as well. One of those weird ones where a player on loan from another team in the same division is doing well. And you think, well, wouldn't Mansfield just play him? But there you go. You have to ask Nigel Clough about that. Greenwood, who I maintain has been Leeds' best player the last 5 minutes, driving forward. Here's Rodrigo, edge of the box. Rodrigo knocks it across, cut out by Philogene. Here is a first touch for Tanner. Huge sliding tackle by Verba. And it's a throw-in to Cardiff. The Leeds fans appreciate that behind the goal. Rodrigo thought he'd saved it at first. The difficult one, if he dived and gone with two hands like that, he might have been able to save it. But you're looking at a very quick reaction. He just flips the left hand out and he wasn't going to save it. Leeds away end, he's got 6,000 fans for an FA Cup third round tie. Is very impressive from that Leeds lot behind the goal, isn't it? Rinomota. It's out for a throw-in. Jesse Marsch, very keen for Joel Bagan to take that one nice and quickly. Do please, if you get a second, do hit the thumbs up button for us here on the stream. Really helps me out, helps us grow the channel. If you don't mind hitting subscribe either, that's a real big help. And if I click a button, I can tell you we have got, how about that, 26,326 subscribers. That's wonderful, and I appreciate each and every one of you, and we'd love some more. So be the latest if you're watching in the stream right now and join us for the regular content. If you're new around here, we appreciate your time and we appreciate your opinions. Keep that chat moving as Nonto chases that one down. He's not going to keep it in. Just going to see the goal again here. Yeah, I don't think the keeper's got any blame there. Rodrigo, powerful enough. And again, it would have had to have been two hands pushing to keep that one out, I think. And he barely has a millisecond to react. Kicked down the ground by Anik. Headed away by Strauch. Lobbed forward. Since Davies went off, Harris has gone up front. And Tanner is just operating down that left-hand side. It's very much 4-5-1-y rather than 4-3-3-y, if you know what I mean, in terms of without the ball. Strauch's got it again. He'll be very pleased that Rodrigo did head that one in because he missed such a good chance just before. Greenwood, who's been playing really well in this half, has just got a yellow card. A fair few players in the book in this one. Going through to the fourth round draw, which is going to be at 4 p.m. again. I remind you, we're going to be on a different stream. Don't stay on this one and get all confused when I disappear. At the end of this game, we'll be back at 4 p.m. Going through to that draw, Bristol City and Swansea, they drew. Derby are going through. They beat Barnsley 3-0. At the moment, Cardiff are going through, although this one's not over. We've got 20 minutes to go. It looks like Stoke are going through. They're 3 up at Hartlepool. And then flip a coin here. Norwich 0, Blackburn 1. Blackburn obviously heading through as things stand. Stockport 0, Walsall 1. Walsall. Jack Vale for Blackburn. Danny Johnson for Walsall. Nice touch there by Rebels, the Leeds keeper. Here's Strauch. Can someone help me and Alistair? I think the draw's BBC, isn't it? Can someone check that for us? I'll figure it out when we get there at 4, but I'm not entirely sure. I think BBC have got Man City, Chelsea. And yes, I know, chat, you all would have televised Villa and Stevenage, but hey, they got bills to pay apparently at the BBC. Down the left wing come Leeds. Oh, it's a poor ball there. Nonto wouldn't have even got there if he had been on the same wavelength as Rodrigo. Do you reckon Cody Drammer gets a low move away this window? Has he just literally been at Leeds? He hasn't been out anywhere already. Yeah, possibly. All Leeds now. Yeah, for about the last 15 minutes, Roscoe, hasn't it? Norwich have just scored. Good defending by Blackburn. Another sub coming up for Leeds. Looks like Fernandez, but it's not a new one on me. Down the left comes Nonto. Again, they've doubled up on him fairly well in this second half. Philogene, the goal scorer, coming back and helping out. Leeds have won it back, though. Gelhardt, give and go. Verba thought about crossing it. I think his teammate got in his way there. Poor ball, though. I wish he had crossed it. Leeds are winning everything back now. Cardiff just can't get on the ball. And the pressure is very real in this second half on Cardiff. But as things stand, Cardiff are still going through to the fourth round. Nonto down the left again. Knocks it ahead of him. It's a good ball. Firpo knocks it back. Oh, missed kick. It was Gelhardt in there. Oh, Cardiff haven't cleared it. Huge. Josh Greenwood puts it over the crossbar. It's going to be a corner, though. Don't think so. Greenwood's second half performance probably deserves a goal, doesn't it? He had a chance there. They cut them open. The chance was on the near post, the first one for Gelhardt. To be fair, who throws himself in there? I can't quite see. They close him down fairly well. Right, Leeds have made the substitution. Well, FootMob is telling me Leeds number 49, and the Leeds fans will help me out in the chat here. Is called Mateo Fernandez, but ITV and the back of his shirt are telling me it's Mateo Joseph. So we'll go with Joseph. But he's on anyway for Joe Gelhardt, who could have just scored, couldn't he? But missed his kick on the near post. They're under some pressure. Come on, Cardiff. Ben, what's your thoughts on the striker Huddersfield have signed? Give me a name, Aidan. Lots of signings at the moment for me to keep up with. Huddersfield have had 2 or 3 coming, actually, haven't they? This will be interesting. There you go, Joe. Thank you. Or let me just break off Nonto crosses in. Mateo Joseph Fernandez. Okay. So everybody's right, really, aren't they? In typical Reading fashion, I expect us to be one of the last 8 balls alongside. Yeah, exactly right. Cardiff, good value for the lead. Leeds have been dominating for all of the second half now, but Cardiff are in the lead, let's just say. They've taken their chances very, very well. Florian Canberry. I'll have to do some research on that one. I will plead the fifth. What games have VAR? Is it just the Premier League stadiums? I don't think there's any VAR, is there? Or did they? No, they had it at Liverpool yesterday, didn't they? Yeah, but you think you're probably right. Probably just the Premier League stadiums. There you go. Nat's going to help you out. He's going to tell you all about Canberry. Oh, Aronson drives into the box. Aronson goes down. No foul. Ojo knocks it off, and we've got a Cardiff counter. Oh, lovely bit of skill by Sawyers there. Oh, and then he didn't have the pass. That would have been a delicious little chip over his own, over the guy who was running towards there by Romain Sawyers. Just needed to slide that into the channel there, and we could have been on for a super goal. A big switch looking for Nonto right to left. One in the air by Bagan. Look, he got fouled, actually. I do agree with Bagan there, but on we go. ITV, to be fair, have just advertised the draw on their channel. It'll probably be on both sides, wasn't it? You can tell me in the chat which channel you want me to to watch it on. Or is it just ITV? There we go. Here is Strauch. Knocked inside Rodrigo into the box. Oh, Rodrigo tried a reverse ball. Firpo was in, but they just cut it out at the last. Cardiff. It's all head it, kick it, last-ditch stuff from the Bluebirds at the back, but they are still winning and going through to the 4th round. Fed through to Aronson. Hits the shot, appeals heavily for the corner, and I think they've got it. Stats now tell me still 70-30 on the possession. Leeds are now ahead on the XG, 13 shots to 5 as well. But that so important stat in the top corner of the screen there says Cardiff 2, Leeds 1. Corner taken by Greenwood to the near post. And they're going to get it clear, Cardiff. But it's going to be a Leeds throw. Looks like Callum O'Dowda is coming on for Jaden Philogene Bidas, who scored the opening goal of Villa Loan E. O'Dowda's body language, even when he ran on the pitch, just exuded, right, everyone just calm down, okay? Romain Sawyers is also coming out. No doubt to be replaced with... Ryan Wintle. A more defensive-minded player, I was going to suggest. Right, here we go again in double sub by Cardiff. O'Dowda and Wintle in for Philogene and Sawyers. And we have 13 to go before stoppage time. Cardiff 2, Leeds 1. Still Hartlepool 0, Stoke 3, Norwich 0, Blackburn 1, Stockport 0, Walsall 1. In the 2 PMs, and Derby through in the 12:30. Bristol City and Swansea both in the hat, but they drew. Going to have to play each other one more time before either of them gets a fourth round game. In comes the throw for Cardiff from Bagan. Ojo heads it on. Here's Harris. Harris into the box. Harris can't sort his feet out. It would have been very in keeping with this game if, having not had a penalty box entrance for the entirety of this second half, Cardiff would have got one and stuck it straight in the net. That's what happened twice in the first half, didn't it? Fair play to him, though. Harris had a man over free as well. Couldn't quite sort his feet out, could he? Although he wasn't passing that, was he? You can see by his body shape. Oh, little knock on by Joseph. They're in behind here. Oh, shot driven block. Here's the follow up. Oh, is that handball? It was cleared off the line. Somehow, if it is, there's a red card about to come out. A denial of an obvious goal. There is the red card. An obvious goal. Denial of a goal rather than obvious goal scoring opportunity. And it looked like a diving save on the line. He's not even arguing, is he? Bagan. And it's going to be a penalty to Leeds and Cardiff going down to 10. Firpo with the shot. What a save! Tremendous stuff from Bagan there. He tries to hide it, but denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity there. Jesse Marsch knows it's handball. We all know it's handball. Bagan goes out now. Bagan is a hero if they miss the penalty and Cardiff go on to win the game. But yes, a bit of goalkeeping there from Joel Bagan. And we have a penalty for Leeds. Solid tip round the post, wasn't it, by the Cardiff centre half. Rodrigo is going to take it. We saw a lot of this in the World Cup where the penalty taker stands out of the kerfuffle and the ball is then handed over to him. Rodrigo, the sub, already scored once to make it 2-2 then. It's looking like a fairly straight run-up, although I'd imagine he'll angle it. Yeah, here he goes. 2 steps to the right. Rodrigo left-footed. Saved! Oh, my goodness me! Are they going to get away with the massive handball on the line? The penalty is saved by Attic. The Cardiff fans go crazy, and it's 10 versus 11 for the last 10 minutes of this one. He doesn't put it in the corner. Keeper goes the right way. Decent enough save. Not a good penalty. Strong hand on it. And Joel Bagan may be getting away with this one. Now, he's been red carded for basically stopping a goal on the line with his hands. Them's the rules, though. And now, this is going to be a very entertaining last 10 minutes because Leeds were absolutely all over Cardiff anyway. And now it's 10 versus 11 as well. What about that? Goodness me. Well, do you remember in the World Cup, Luis Suarez did it on the line and then they won the... There you go, Angus. They won the penalty shootout afterwards. Wow. Incredible stuff here. Cardiff number 1 after the ban. It's one of those moral situations. Would you do it 10 minutes before the end of the game? 10 versus 11 and you give your keeper the chance to save the penalty, which he does. Drama. Cardiff 2, Leeds 1. Penalty save from Rodrigo. And Leeds are now really going to pile on for the last 10 minutes of this one. It's going to be great, actually. Man down in the centre circle, though. And they're calling on the doctors. I think it's Nonto, isn't it? He's holding his ankle, I think. Let's have a look. It was Wintle. Oh, ouch. Just trod on it, didn't he? Painful one for Nonto. And it is 2-1. Reminder, guys, we're going over to a different stream at 4 o'clock. Wintel's been booked for that one, for the draw. So make sure you jump across with us for that one. Always love Leeds games. Never a dull moment. I'll give them that. Yeah. I'd do it. There you go. There's the moral dilemma in the chat. Would you do it? Would you handball it? Looks like Pete the Cracker for the watch-alongs. Yeah. I saw Leeds on my TV schedule and had to cover it, I think, is the answer. Oh, got close up a poor old Jesse Marsch. Deary me. Rugby brought in a penalty to stop that type of behaviour. Yeah, we've had this discussion before. I kind of take your point, Joe. If it's going in the goal anyway, yellow card and give the goal. If they can figure out the tech and the wording, I wouldn't be against that because at the end of the day, you don't want a guaranteed goal to be stopped by cheating, do you? But at the moment, it is what it is. And you know the punishment and you know that you can't just give a goal and it's going to be a penalty. So there you go. Suarez at the World Cup. Leeds should come with a health warning. They'll have to smuggle him out of the ground with thousands of Leeds in the city, right? We're going to get one more sub here for Leeds before this one finishes. Yeah, he would have been sent off anyway because he was on a yellow. So he wouldn't have even done it then, would he? He wouldn't have even made the attempt, although if we're saying it's going in the... Although, I suppose if you're in the heat at the moment and you're not sure whether it's going inside or outside the post, you'd do it anyway and take the yellow if you knew that. Llorente, Strag. 84 in this one. Exciting end to this game. Cardiff 2, Leeds 1. Leeds... a man up, but missed the penalty from the deliberate diving save handball by Bagan to... I don't even know what words to use because it'll be denying an obvious goal scoring opportunity, but it's denying an obvious goal, isn't it, rather than anything else. Nonto down the left. Inside he comes, beats his man easily, drives the shot, and he had a penalty box full of Leeds players there. Smashes the shot against the first man. Going to get another substitution now, are we? Another double for Cardiff. I see Perry NG and Joe Rules coming on. I see Shea Ojo coming off. Take a red card. Instinct. Yeah, if you're competitive, it is, isn't it? Isn't it just? So Ojo, the other goal scorer, Philigine's already off. Looks like there's a chewing gum epidemic in the Cardiff team. Rules takes the captain's armband. NG is coming on as well for Mark Harris. Killed a little bit more time for Cardiff, but we should be expecting 5, 6, 7 minutes of stoppage time in this one. 86 gone. Perkins has come on for Leeds. I think I saw Aronson running off. He's sat on the bench now, Aronson. So Perkins on for Leeds as well. So double sub by Cardiff. Another one for Leeds as well. Plenty of subs in this game. Thus far. I think that might be it, actually. I'll count them up in a minute when FootMob's updated. Nonto crosses into the near post, cleared away. Strauch looked like he got fouled there, but I think we're playing on. Greenwood. Attack versus defence here. That one's slung in behind Rodrigo. Rodrigo crosses back. What a miss! Oh, goodness me. It was the substitute, Joseph. He has to hit it first time, but it's a bad miss, isn't it? He's onside as well, isn't he, Rodrigo? Oh, it's awful. Oh dear. Strauick as well for Leeds. Missed the free header. They've missed a penalty. Oh, that's never going anywhere near the goal. Jesse Marsch, I actually feel sorry for him here. He kind of despairs and then realises it's a youngster and he needs to applaud anyway. Leeds finishing, and Newcastle's yesterday, just hopeless. 2.46 now on the XG for Leeds for one goal. Goodness me. Had enough chances to score 3 or 4 for sure, haven't they? What a miss. Dear, oh dear. Cardiff have deployed the 5-3-1. You love to see it. If Villa and Arsenal go through, how many Premier League? Not many by the feel of it. Stockport late equalizer. Paddy Madden, who's must be clearly their top scorer, plays up top with Carl Wootton, doesn't he? Right, 88 gone. Surely Leeds are going to equalise in this one. Nonto knocks it back, crosses skewed, and Rules clears it. Incredibly hapless showing this one by Leeds. They've barely conceded any chances, and they've conceded 2 goals, and they've created a ton of chances, and they've only scored 1 goal. Deary me. Not meant to be today for Leeds, although you'd still think they're going to have at least one more big chance the way this entire second half has gone. Llorente, Strauick, Firpo, clipped into the front, Verba, Nonto inside. In comes the cross to the near post. Decent header clear. Nice header across to Greenwood. Greenwood to Drama. Drama crosses it in. It's headed away. We said this about Wednesday in Newcastle yesterday, where it's just like at the end of the game, Wednesday didn't have a formation, did they? It's just like everyone defended. That's where we are with Cardiff at the moment. Nonto. Little one inside Verba. Hits a shot blocked out. And it's actually broken for Cardiff. And here comes Tanner. And he's right over on the right wing. But he's up against Llorente. He comes inside. He's done all right, actually, Tanner. Yeah, well played. Although hefty touch there. No foul? Okay, on we go. That's a foul on Joe Rules. He buys the free kick there. When I say buys, I don't mean in a nefarious way. It is still, right, 5 minutes of stoppage time. Remember, we're going to be jumping on to a second stream here at 4 p.m. for the draw. Cardiff 2, Leeds 1. Stockport 1, Walsall 1. We just had the equaliser from Paddy Madden in that one. Norwich 0, Blackburn 1. Vale, the goal scorer there in David Wagner's first game. Hartlepool 0, Stoke 3 is fairly comprehensive. It was Derby 3, Barnsley 0. And Bristol City and Swansea, the only draw. That one's going to a replay of the games today. Foul in the right-back area. We are into stoppage time, and we've had 50 seconds on. We've got 5 minutes of stoppage time. And I'm pretty sure Leeds are going to make a chance in stoppage time. Can they score the chance and take it to a replay at Elland Road? Oh, nice little attempted feed through there, just too heavy for Verba on his debut. Anik trying to run the clock down there. Nonto trying to hurry him up, and so is referee Gillett. Mark Hudson trying to get his team up the pitch. They've been pretty much defending their penalty box for about half hour now, haven't they? But they are still winning this game and going through 2-1 as things stand. Philogene and Ojo, Rodrigo with a goal back for Leeds. But the big story in this one is a deliberate handball on the goal line, 10 minutes from time, a penalty given, red card given, and the penalty was not scored by Rodrigo. Incredible. Nonto down the left as we come up 92 minutes. Crossing position. Oh, they've got a little header on it. Drama knocks it back. Greenwood hits the shot, blocked out. Oh, they just need to make the big chance. Nonto. He's nice and lively. Llorente leads 4 lined up on the edge of the box, ready to go in. Drama, they come down the right-hand side. Greenwood's played really well in the second half. It's crossed in. Nonto takes it down. His shot is blocked. Drama crosses. Oh, dreadful cross there. You could see by his body language that wasn't going to be a good cross. Headed away. Just didn't get the right shape on that one. Drama again. He's going to get another go. No, he plays it down the right to Greenwood. Greenwood's going to cross. Left-footed. It's bounced up to the back post. Leeds as well. Huge chances for Joseph and Strowick. Here's Nonto down the left. Nonto takes his man on, puts it in low. Little back heel is poked into the back of the net. Is he onside? Yes, he is. And Perkins, the substitute, has equalised for Leeds. 92:55 on the clock. We said they would make a big chance. Would they score the big chance? Yes, they have. Perkins, he's barely had a touch since he came on. Same as Rodrigo, scored with his first touch, and it is 2-2. We've still got 2 minutes of stoppage time to go if this isn't going back up to Elland Road, but it is 2-2 now, and it is looking like we're going to get a draw and a replay. Nonto has been a danger down that left the whole time. He tries to run Sang, the fullback. Little flick on. Is he onside? He's either onside or offside by about a millimetre. So very tight, good movement. He has a good look, Perkins, to see whether he is. Lovely back heel assist, actually, by Junior Firpo. And there is the equaliser. Joseph looks very pleased with that, having had that big miss, celebrating in front of the Leeds fans. There you go. A replay it is going to be. Unless we might get another Leeds chance, the way this has been going. 94 on the clock, 1 minute of stoppage time remaining. Leeds equalising in the 93rd minute. I mean, let's be honest. Doing the maths, they've not deserved to lose this game, have they? But it's going to be going back to Elland Road. Jesse Marsch sitting, on a cool box there, drinking a drink, trying to calm himself down here. Leeds have now racked up 3.17 on the XG. So they've had a load of chances, 26 shots to 5 in this game. Just been one of those days for Leeds, but they've put it back to 2-2 now. And we have 12 seconds of minimum stoppage time to go. We'll probably go over by about 30 or 45 seconds, given the goal was scored in the stoppage time. It's knocked forward by Leeds again. 2-1 Walsall, really interested. And they've got an overload, actually. Leeds on the right. It's knocked into Perkins again. Drama dived into that. He's got to be a little bit careful there. Oh, and then a huge tackle by Verba. And the Cardiff players are not too happy with that one. He's thrown himself into a couple. Surely he gets a yellow card for that one. Yeah, he just catches rules late. He's got to get a yellow for that, hasn't he? Shirley. Don't call me Shirley. Has he not been booked? He must have been booked for that. Yes, of course he has. ITV just not telling me. Yes, late Walsall got 95th minute for Walsall. They're going through to the 4th round. Come on, Leeds, says Amond. We're still playing, but I'd imagine the whistle's going to go when this set play, this free kick's going to be taken by the Cardiff keeper, Anik. There it is, and there is the full-time whistle. Well, that was damn entertaining, wasn't it? I'll give it that one. Cardiff 2, Leeds 2, 4 goals, a red card, a handball on the line, a penalty. Leeds missing 1,000 chances. Cardiff taking both of their chances, 2-2. I'm going to say thank you and goodbye and see you in 5 minutes on the other stream for the FA Cup 4th round draw. So we'll head out of this stream now. Just click on the channel and you'll see the other stream reacting to the FA Cup 4th round draw, which is going to be in 5 minutes. See you in a minute, you lot.